هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ما يصيب المؤمن من شوكة فما فوقها إلا رفعه الله بها درجة أو حط عنه بها خطيئة. صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين وبعد. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's allowed us to gather on this day of Yawmul Jum'ah, a day of many blessings. It is reported that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam informed us that those people that recite the first 10 ayahs of Surah Al-Kahf, on the day of Yawmul Jum'ah, they will get a light which will protect them from this Friday all the way until the next Friday. I know there's a lot of people currently right now, they aren't able to attend Jum'ah prayer, but that doesn't mean they can't get the blessings from the Jum'ah day itself. And this is one of those things that you don't have to necessarily be tied to the masjid to get this blessing. That the day of Friday, even despite the fact that if you're not able to attend the prayer, the blessings from it, they don't stop just at the masjid. The day of Friday, the whole day itself is a blessed day. This is the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained for the Muslims, and it is a day of celebration. And if you can't do it in the masjid, you can still access these blessings even in one's homes. So that's one important thing to keep in mind as we go through the coming weeks, that don't allow Friday just because we're not able to, for whatever reason, if we're not able to attend Salah in the masjid, that we don't reap the rewards of this wonderful day. Now the main thing that's been on our mind this last few days, definitely mine, it's been the virus that's been going about, and Islamically, what is our response to this situation? So I thought I'd just share one quick hadith Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam talking about plague specifically, and then we'll actually mention one incident in the time of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum and how they approached the situation. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentions in a hadith that Aisha radiallahu anha, his wife, asked the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam about plagues. So then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a plague is a punishment which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to send on whom He wished. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it a blessing for the believers. None among the believers remains patient and in a land in which the plague has broken out and considers that nothing will befall him except that which Allah has ordained for him, except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him a reward similar to that of a shaheed, similar to that of a martyr. So if you are living in a land where a plague has been broken out, and if you were to pass away in that land, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is informing those people that that person, he has attained what could be considered the highest form, the highest honor in terms of when you pass away. You will die amongst the shaheed. And as we know in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions that the shuhada, they're amongst the prophets, and they're amongst the nabeen wa shuhada and the salihin, and they're also amongst the righteous people. So can you imagine what will be the result of those people that if they are resurrected amongst the prophets? We can only imagine, only great news would be accompanying those type of people. So this is a means of motivation for us that even through hardship, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through Islam, He makes our hardship turn into actual ease. Because the hardship that we face, it's only temporary. And the reward that we get, it is eternal. In another hadith that I mentioned in the beginning, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions that a Muslim does not go through any type of hardship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises him in status, or He removes sins from his own account. So you can see the state of a believer regardless of whatever he is going through, whether he is going through good times or bad times, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala utilizes that person who has sincere iman, and He raises his statuses through these things. Or if he doesn't raise the status, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does is He removes the sins of these people. Now typically speaking, when it comes to things like this, it's really helpful when you have something to look back on. And that's why typically in the month of Ramadan, you'll find that most khatibs and most people giving small khatiras, they'll always mention the ayah how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has ordained for us fasting, just as He did for the people from before you. كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمْ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. That fasting has been ordained for you, similar to that how it was done for those people from before you. And the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does this is because the fact that when you know that somebody else has gone through the same thing that you've been prescribed to do, it makes it easier for you. Because then you have more motivation to succeed in that action, because you know that it's possible. It's not something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has specifically just given us to do as Muslims, and it's never been done in mankind, and we have to show that it's possible. No, this has been going on since before time. So similarly to that incident of fasting, there's also precedents also for plagues happening, even in the time of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. There was once an expedition which Umar radiallahu anhu, he was the Amir, and he was chosen to go out for an expedition to Syria. And on the way there, they reached a pit stop right before entering into Syria. And what happens? Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiallahu anhu tells him, Ya Umar, up ahead, the coming place in Syria, actually they've been infested with a plague. So what do you think we should do? So Umar radiallahu anhu tells him, okay, what we'll do is, I'll tell you what we should do, but first, let's take rest. Let me take mashwara first, and then I'll let you know. So he says, go and call for me the muhajirin. And time is a little short today, so we won't go into the exact benefit of who is he calling right now. But the muhajirin, as we know, these are the people that they traveled from Mecca all the way to Medina and left all their possessions for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so he calls them and he says, and he asks them, what is your opinion about this? Do you think that we should go forward, or should we go back home? Should we go back to back home and and protect ourselves? So then one group of people, they say, we should continue going, because we set out for a particular reason and Allah will put khair in it, and we should keep on going. The other group of people say, no, we shouldn't go ahead because there's a risk for our health. We should go back. So they start arguing, and what happens? Umar radiallahu anhu says, okay, send another back. You guys go now. Leave for me. I need to get a solid opinion about this. I can't have these arguments happening. So he says, go and call the Ansar. And who are the Ansar? The Ansar are those individuals that hosted the Muhajirin when the Muslims came to Medina. They're the people that sacrificed. They took all of their wealth and they cut it in half. Every single thing that they own, they cut it in half, and they said to the Muhajirin, you can have this. And they divorced all of their things just for the sake of hosting these people. And so they have a very high rank in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to Umar radiallahu anhu. So we asked them the same question. What should we do? And the same thing happens. They get into the same argument. One group says, we should go, definitely. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we set out for something and we should complete it. Other group says, no, I don't think we should go. I think it will be best if we head back. So then Umar radiallahu anhu says to them as well, leave me. Go and send me now the elders from the Muhajirin. I just want to meet with them now. And then when the elders of the Muhajirin go and they meet Umar radiallahu anhu, what do they say? They say, Ya Umar, there's a lot of old people with us currently, and I think it will be best in our interest if we head back. We don't go forward anymore. And Umar radiallahu anhu, he calls all the companions and he says, tomorrow I'm taking my camel and I'm leaving. And definitely if Umar radiallahu anhu says he's going to do something, there's not going to be a soul that's going to disagree with him, because that's the type of personality that he had. But the same person that told him about the plague, he did tell Umar radiallahu anhu, he said a very interesting comment though. Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiallahu anhu, he says to Umar radiallahu anhu, Ya Umar, are you running away from the qadr of Allah? That's a really big statement to give to the leader, right? You're basically accusing him of going against what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained. And so now Umar radiallahu anhu, he saw that this person is trying to give him a smart question, so he gave an even smarter answer, just to match it. He says, yes, Abu Ubaidah. First off, he tells him, I wish someone other than you said that. Because he had so much faith in this companion, he's like, how could, maybe if a little kid said this to me, I would be fine with it. But you're a high rank. Why would you go and say this to me? He says, okay. Yes, we are running away from the qadr of Allah, but we are running to the qadr of Allah. Ya Abu Ubaidah, it doesn't matter where we go to. That is something, do you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't expect this to happen to us? That we were inflicted with this struggle, and now suddenly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, na'udhu billah, He's waiting to see, oh, what will Umar do? Will he go back, or will he go to Syria? I wonder what's going to happen next. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is knowledgeable of everything that's going to happen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His knowledge overpowers everything that we know. He knows what happened in the past and He knows what will happen in the future. So to say that we are running from the qadr of Allah, that is incorrect. And if you want to say we're running from it, then yes, we are, but we're running to the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now this hadith, it has a lot of lessons that we can learn from it, but I'm just going to highlight one. And the main one, and it is, I feel like, the key point, and that is the significance of taking advice from our elders. Over here we see that when Umar radiallahu anhu, when he asked 3 different groups of people, it was the elders that had the correct advice to give. And the reason for that is because of the fact that elders have something that no matter how smart a youth might be, they have one thing that a youth cannot learn through a book, and that's experience. Experience is something that you cannot teach somebody. It's not something that you can buy through a transaction. That's why whenever you have a doctor, yeah, it's really nice that you got a doctor that just graduated from med school, but if you had the choice to have somebody that had 10 years of experience, I don't think there's anybody on this world that would go with a new med school student who just graduated. I don't think anybody would pick him. And that's not any fault to the kid, that's just the reality of experience, because experience tells you what to do and what not to do. The person with experience knows what are the downfalls, what are the pitfalls, and what are the benefits of different actions. And that's why it's really important for us as youth that we access our elders. But at the same time, it's the duty of our elders to be accessible to us. There's so many times where our elders, we feel like there's a disconnect, and that's because the conversation, it just cuts off because we say, oh, well, that person is older than me, they cannot understand the situations I'm going through. Or the older person says, yeah, I don't know how to communicate with them, so it's best I don't say anything at all. And that right there and then, that goes to show that how will we be able to progress to the next generation. Last month, Kobe Bryant, when he passed away, the reason why he's so remembered so fondly amongst the current players of the NBA is because of the fact that he always departed the knowledge that he had. It wasn't like something he was just stingy himself, I want to be the best of all time, and now when I retire, I'm not going to talk to anybody, I'm not going to help out anybody. No, the reason why everybody was so affected by this person was because of the fact that he was great, and he wanted others to be great as well. So we should want the same thing for our Muslim brothers and sisters. As elders, this is the request that we have for them, and the same thing for us as youth. We should be willing to understand that we're going to make mistakes. And if somebody comes to us with prior knowledge about something, we should be willing, just as Umar radiallahu anhu in this situation, he was also willing to see and take the advice of those people that were wise. Astaghfirullah li wa lakum wa li sa'il muslimina fastaghfiru innahu huwal ghafurur rahim. الحمد لله يستعينه واستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات والمسلمون وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أرحم أمتي بأمتي أبو بكر وأشدهم في أمر الله عمر وأصدقهم حياء عثمان وأقضاهم علي وفاطمة سيدة نساء أهل الجنة والحسن والحسين سيد شباب أهل الجنة وحمزة أسد الله وأسد رسولي اللهم اغفر للعباس وولده مغفرة ظاهرة وباطنة لا تغادر ذنبا الله الله في أصحابي لا تتخذهم عرضا من بعدي فمن أحبهم فبحب أحبهم ومن أبغضهم فببغض أبغضهم وخير أمتي قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون وأقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والضحى والليل إذا سجى، ما ودعك ربك وما قلى، وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى، ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى. ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى، ووجدك ضالا فهدى، ووجدك عائلا فأغنى. فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر، وأما السائل فلا تنهر، وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك، فإن مع العسر يسرا، إن مع العسر يسرا، فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a few minutes of your attention for these important announcements. I'm sure most of you have received the announcements that we have been sending to the community through the WhatsApp groups and email from the AMCC administration. All of you must be aware of the current coronavirus spread precautions. It's a public health emergency. It's a pandemic. I've been in contact with about 124 Muslim leaders throughout the state of Florida, and we are trying to devise the strategy for the future as well. A couple of things: we have canceled the community picnic, which was coming for the next week, so there's going to be no picnic. Tonight we were planning the robotic camp before, which we have canceled. We have not postponed the planned AMCC Board of Director elections for the 4 positions. If you are a member, please go out and cast your vote in the multipurpose hall next door. Important things here to learn: attend masjid at your own discretion. If you do not attend, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala best knows your intention to protect yourself and the others. We are requesting community to follow the following guidelines. Please listen carefully. If you are sick with cough, fever, runny nose, sore throat, these could be possible symptoms of COVID-19. Avoid public places, especially coming to masjid. Call your doctor immediately. Call them before you go to the doctor's office. Just don't drop on their doorsteps. You can infect others if you do that. Avoid meeting your family members and keep a distance from them. They were saying 6 feet, now it's up to 10 feet now, so be careful. Wear a face mask. If you wear a face mask, it's not necessarily meaning that you have infection. You could be preventing infection to you and the others, so that's very important. You have to avoid coming to the masjid if you have recently traveled from outside the country. You are returning from cruise. You are sick with cold-like symptoms, fever, runny nose, sore throat, or cough. Or if you have been exposed to a sick traveler or a person with the above symptoms. If you're older than 60 years of age, we are strictly recommending to keep your children away from the masjid. Children who are underage, on whom the salah is not mandatory, please keep them out of the masjid. If you have diabetes, chronic lung problems, heart or kidney disease, or lower immune system, please avoid public places such as masjid. You can get infected. Now today, after we finish up, please disperse quickly without standing outside and talking in groups. Do not shake hand or hug. Please, that's very important. I personally request, do not shake hand. Your hands could have a virus, so try to avoid getting it from somebody or just transmitting to somebody else. No hug. Please do not touch your eyes, mouth, nose with your unwashed hands. And wash your hands with soap and water after touching anybody or any surface for 20 seconds at least. Cover your face with tissue while coughing or sneezing to prevent the spread of any communicable disease, and throw tissue in trash. We are following the advice of the local government, Florida Department of Health. This situation is still evolving. We might need to suspend future Jummah. Please don't get angry or, protest if such thing has to happen. You will not be running away, you're not going to be running away from Qadr. Maybe you will be running towards Qadr like we heard in the Khutbah, inshallah. I humbly request your cooperation in this situation. We have to take some drastic measure. We will let you know. If we do not have your number, please let me know so we can add you to our WhatsApp group for important notifications, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.